everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Courtney. This is my new island, Illusia. I decided to do the playthrough on my own time so we could get right into decorating the island together. I named it Illusia after a character I've been reading. This is my current lineup and my map I picked. I don't know for sure if all these characters are staying or not, the villagers. I think Camera Frog is gonna stay, but I'm not too sure yet. About to see how the cookie crumbles. This island is going to be kind of a medieval fantasy theme. I got inspiration from some animes I've been watching, the medieval fantasy vibe animes, like reincarnation, stuff like that. So that is kind of the plan here. I'm gonna be working my entrance, so first thing first, I'll destroy that rock. And I started working on the path. For some reason, some of the bricks are not transparent and some of them are. It's running the same creator, so I don't understand that. But I decided it doesn't look that bad, so I have to do. I wanted to do the in-game pathing and just line it with the bricks and put some customs design on top of it. Never done that before, but I thought it'd be nice since I am basing this off of anime. Some of them do have dirt pathing anyways as roads, so I thought it would just make sense. I didn't know for sure how I would line the road out, but I did know I need to hide resident services somehow. So I'm just playing with the road right now. I think I want this island to be placed sometime in the fall, so I could get the yellowest trees. I don't know if I'm going to do just the trees when they're yellow or when they're full red or not. Well, I'll have to see how I feel when my island gets closer to being done. But since I do want this to be based off of animes I've been watching lately, and the medieval fantasy ones, I do want there to be separate parts, like the human city, like the slums area where, you know, the people that don't have homes and the best living conditions to live. And I do want to have the demon continent as well. So I do want Sheena for this island to be our little demon resident running around. It's gonna take some time getting all the little castle items I need, because this island is probably going to have quite a bit of lag with how much I'm going to need to use. And this entrance is prone to changing. I was struggling a little bit with how to make it look how I want it to. So in the future it may change if I decide to I don't like it. But right now I do like it, how it turned out. I'm kind of thinking about keeping Camera Frog, because he could be living in the slums and I didn't know who to have live there anyways. So right now I'm putting down the little castle, the medieval walls item, the side building items, to kind of hide resident services. And then I'm started working on the path again because I wanted to do the path on the dirt. And I didn't flatten this island, I'm keeping it for the time being. I would work as I go. To grass and trees. And I thought it'd be good to be able to plant trees and flowers on the path to make it look a little bit more overgrown. And I do have these flowers. For this island, I am going to be primarily sticking with green and white. In some different areas, like the slums or the demon continent, I might use some different colors. But I think green and white looks the best together. So I would need to get some more green mums eventually. I didn't like that the resident services were not completely in line with the airport, but I didn't want to keep looking for one to be exactly in line. I just figured I would have to make it work. But it does bother me. I'm pretty excited for this island. I just been really getting into animes as of late. So I just kind of got this inspiration for doing this kind of island. I thought it'd be good to have the plate of armor act as kind of guards from the door. Like in animes, whenever they go to town, there's always some kind of guard, or almost always some kind of guard, to check their identification. And I thought about adding some light to make it a little bit more towny. And I had to go get some more trees, so I started eating apples. I want to use the hardwood trees and the cedar. I don't know if I'm going to use fruit trees yet. I might do an orchard somewhere, but I don't know. Let me know what you think, or if you have any ideas. That'd be great. Sorry, I'm just hopping all over the place. I didn't know for sure what I was doing in this particular spot. I didn't want to just line it with the walls. I wanted to be a little bit more naturey. And I didn't have all that many items. I was doing my best to be prepared. I try using the that tall fake tree. I don't really want to try and pronouncing it. I might butcher it. Just to add some height. I thought about adding these marketplace signs, but I just don't think they look right since I already had the lamp posts. So eventually I do get rid of it so don't get too attached. And I do want to use barrels. I didn't know for sure if I should put anything on that barrel or what to put on top of it. Again, if you have any ideas about what to put on top of the barrels, let me know. I thought the butterfly would have been too random. Right here I was just trying a few different things. I didn't know if I was light to use or any at all. So I've been kind of messing with it. I also didn't want to be completely unwalkable. I thought adding this little brick well and a bucket would look good, so like someone can get water. Figuring out what items to use for this kind of theme, because I don't want to use any items that are too modern. So it does kind of limit the items I can use. And I don't have a horse that, like a natural looking springy ride-on horse to use to pull the covered wagon. The one that is in my Nook shop is not that natural looking. So it's one thing I would have to get in the future to fix. I tried using the wood partition because I thought it might look good to kind of section this area off. I don't know. I think it ended up looking kind of weird, so I might have to fix it later on. I don't in this video, but maybe in the future one I would fix this area. I just don't have that many items and then I keep getting distracted. You could tell I'm kind of not knowing what to do with how much I'm just running around. Even I don't know what I'm doing when I'm voicing this over. You can see there was a huge time skip just because I had no clue what I was doing. I thought I'm just gonna go ahead and skip to start putting some more walls alongside resident services. I thought about using the actual castle wall items for the sides of the building to mix it up. Then I decided to start adding more to the path. And I thought adding the gazebo to add some more height and variety behind the medieval side buildings would look good. Just because I didn't know what to do with that weird little gap I would have had. I didn't like how that wall looked, so I immediately took it away. Then I realized I had to expand it a little bit more. Then I ran around and got the idea to go ahead and get some money and talk to Tom. Because I figured, and I decided to order some more side buildings. Anyways, I figured about working on a little transition area, so I decided to get an incline for it. And then I thought to add clips I could to put the incline on. I thought about adding the tower behind it for more height. I didn't like that little spot next to the wall is you can see the actual cliff, but I can't really do anything to fix it, so it's gonna stay there. So I decided to skip to water terraforming to clear this little water up so I could keep extending this little long cliff I was working on. I thought about making this to be a land bridge as a transitional area for whatever I'm going to be building, whatever this is going to lead to. because I didn't know how to do the river mouth, and I don't want this to be completely without water because that's not very realistic. So I started working on my little path to see if it was thick enough of a bridge. And then I decided to hop down, start doing some waterscaping, and then Sly had to bug me. I thought that right over here this whole area was just going to be filled in with water, and then I thought, why not try to add water on top of this thing so I could fit some kind of bridge. This part was kind of hard with the whole deciding to put a bridge on this land bridge situation. You'll see later, but it took forever trying to figure out what I was doing. And I accidentally kept erasing some of the path that I would just put down, so it was getting a little frustrating. I decided to fix that so it didn't look weird that I couldn't put the path all the way up against it. And then I thought to line this up with the castle wall items. There was no particular reason, just thought it made sense. And I should have worried about the bridge before I started doing this. But oh well. Okay, so I started putting down this little the path on this in-game path, which again I should have probably done this before I did the walls because it was a little hard to see where I was putting down a path and how it looked. And then I had to hop over to get down. Start working more on the water because I can't do finish one thing before starting another is a problem. And Sly had this little habit of getting in my way. This is why he is not sticking around. Because if he could have also worked for the slum area, but Camera Frog is not always in my way. I got pretty lucky with my villagers on this island so far. I haven't went villager hunting at all. and it got in a pretty decent lineup. I don't like Pietro though, and he was my first campsite villager. So if you guys want Pietro whenever he acts to leave, I can give him away to anyone that wants him. I had to hurry up and block Sly off so he stuck on the beach because he was walking on the land I was trying to carve out. Waterscaping is pretty tedious, but it is one of my favorite things to do in the game, which is why it's hard for me to do a whole island without water. I don't see the point in not having water here, just because it's not like you'll be able to see it on the bridge. The walls kind of block your point of view. Okay, we are going to be doing the final walkthrough. I skipped where I was struggling with the bridge, but the bridge is there. It would have taken a while if you guys saw it. I was really having a hard time with it. I think it turned out pretty cute overall though. My interest is bound to change, especially when I get more items and see it more often, because I don't really know how I feel about it. I am planning to do my last island as a tour via dream address. It might take a minute before I finally get that up because I am too stoked to actually be able to work on this island. So just keep an eye out for that if you want to see my tropical island, even though it's not completely done. But oh well. And if you have any idea for that place I just walked through, let me know. And let me know any ideas you have. Looking forward to doing this island with you guys. And here's my little land bridge that I was working on with the real bridge that I had too much trouble with for words. And I did connect it to this cliff off camera. Don't forget to like and subscribe and press that bell notification to get notified every time I post. Until next time, bye.